What's going on there, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists? Welcome to another episode of P&Q, the question and answer series where you get to ask me questions or make comments. And you can do this one of two ways. You can either leave your questions or comments down below in the comments section below this video, or you can email me at miniwarzone@gmail.com for an anonymous response, and I'll leave a link in the video description again below this video. So, bit of a mixed bag this week. And before I go any further, I believe this is week 98, meaning you got this week or next week if you want to ask Mrs. Mini Warzone a question. I think she's got about 4 questions at this point in time, so if you want it to be a bit longer, you need to get them in now, like I say, this week or next week, and then the following week will be Mrs. Mini Warzone. Right, so I'm reading my questions from my laptop to save paper again. I'll start with emails. So, Anonymous writes, "Hi Pete / Mini Warzone. I have been on YouTube for many years now, but have never made a video." Then in brackets it says, "I use my channel to make playlists, etc." Close brackets. But I'm wanting to start, but simply have no idea where to begin. Right, okay. I like wargaming, but I also like other stuff too, so I am not clear how to go about this. Could you perhaps offer up some thoughts on this, as I am the type of person who likes to do this, to do his research upon a subject before embarking on a given project. Obviously I have spoken to other people, but I'm interested in your opinion. Many thanks." Well, this is a question, or type of question, I've had several times before. I think it's quite a common question I get asked for some reason. But yeah, I'm happy to give you my thoughts on it. First of all, you said you're the sort of person who likes to do his research upon a subject before embarking upon the project. That's exactly like me. Exactly like me, dude. Well, you want to... Yeah, I don't have too much information here, so on the little information I've got, I'll offer my thoughts. Well, if you're doing a YouTube channel, i.e. creating content, and you may know this already, or you've got this bit worked out already, but you need some basic equipment to start you off. I'll just have a sip of coffee in a minute. Now, when I started off, it was just my webcam. And then I progressed to a really cheap camcorder. Now I've got a better camcorder, and I'm just trying to better up my equipment all the time. So it depends what type of video you want. Whether you want to do like action videos, gaming videos, stuff where you're just recording off the screen and talking over the top of it, whether you want to be in front of the camera, indoor, outdoor, all these things you've got to take into consideration. With any of them though, whatever your given subject, I'll give you my thoughts. Whatever your given subject is, I mean, you haven't said what... Well, actually, you've hinted that you want it to be about several subjects, which depends on what you want for your channel. If you wanted to get loads of subscribers and stuff, I would suggest narrowing it down. I mean, wargaming really deserves its own separate thing, I think. It's difficult to put wargaming in with other stuff. It's not to say you can't do it, but I mean, you can do wargaming in computer gaming, that would work, or just gaming in general. But like, if you're like a friend of mine, his YouTube channel is about outdoor activities and stuff, so primarily like mountain biking, that kind of thing. So it's action stuff with like a GoPro strapped to his head, and he's like going down the hills and all the rest of it. That kind of thing, or abseiling, or whatever it may be. Depends on what information you want to convey, or whether you're just doing a tutorial type stuff. So you've got all this within each niche. You've got sub niches. Take wargaming, small, very small niche. Then within that niche, you've got other niches. Now it's okay to have a given subject and have lots of different areas. I think that's quite good, in fact. Like, say you're into rock climbing, but you wanted to cover all aspects of rock climbing, or different or to do tutorials on how to do it, or reviews on rock climbing equipment. You want to do all different things. You can do that. Best places to go, all that kind of stuff. Don't know why I'm choosing rock climbing particularly, but there you go. If you're doing indoor recording and you want to be in, like myself, in front of the camera talking, you want to get the best sound quality you can. That's not to say I've got the best sound in the world, but it's the best I can do at the moment with the equipment I have. So you want good sound primarily, good sound. Good lighting is kind of like it's a secondary consideration in my opinion. But obviously then you want good lighting. Like I said, it depends what area you want to go to, but I would suggest narrowing your field down. I don't know what your other activities are that you enjoy, whether they're anything to do or anywhere near the field of wargaming. If they're not, I would suggest giving them their own separate channel. You can have more than one YouTube channel, so do that. I would. But then, like wargaming, within wargaming, you've got people that just do primarily battle reports. You've got people that just do primarily tactica or tutorials, painting things, tips and that. Myself, I like to do a variety because variety is the spice of life, is it not? It gives, I don't know, it just keeps me more activated, more mentally stimulated. Excuse me. You wouldn't think so looking at me now, but yes, it gives me different things to do and concentrate on, and that's what works for me. See, my channel is primarily therapy for myself, so I use that. Like I said, it depends what subjects you want to do it on, but like I say, if it's just all your hobbies into one, I mean, you can do that, that's fine. Excuse me, I got the sniffles. But definitely give yourself playlists, alright? Must have playlists, especially if you're doing multiple subjects. Do that. So good sound, good lighting. You can do a lot of stuff if you're doing stuff recording from the computer. Excuse me. My wife and daughter have gone into town, and she's telling me they've been stopped by the local newspaper reporter who likes my daughter's look, so they're doing a little article on street style. Random. Anyway, yes, so you could do things like that. I mean, you could take your camera, there's a good example, you could go around filming outside, just different stuff. Something I've thought about doing as well, but I don't often have the means to get to different places at different times and the right times, is filming areas of nature and stuff like that, and that interests me as well. So yeah, it depends what you're doing. Decide on what you're doing. Once you've decided on what you're doing, give yourself a theme, because each channel has its own flavour and theme, and yeah, give yourself I don't know, maybe a catchphrase, an opening catchphrase, a closing catchphrase, and people get to know that, and then do regular stuff. If you don't put regular content out, I don't think you would get as many subscribers, though some people surprise me with their content output and how popular they get. I guess at the end of the day, you can't work it out, that kind of stuff. But there you go. That's my thoughts on that. Hope that's enough for you. I'm sorry I've harped on about this one for ages, but anyway, there you go. Moving on. Next anonymous says, "Hi Pete, are you going to do any gameplay of Beyond the Gates of Antares?" Yes, is the short answer. Yes, I will. I'm going to get my smaller gaming table, which is more of a display board really, but I can use that to go through some basic gameplay of different games, and that might be cool. It might be useful, and I might do it on there just to show the basic rule set. So yes, but don't know when exactly. I've got loads of stuff on the back burner that I want to do. Alright, Next one says, this is still emails by the way, we've got a few this week. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, a few. He says, what is your favourite sport and what is it about it that you like? My favourite sport is tennis. Of course we've got Wimbledon on the go now, although I'm not watching it because I don't have TV, and I'm not inclined to watch it so much as I used to now anyway, so I don't even go online and watch it because I'm too much into my wargaming. Sorry, I was watching a squirrel on the fence there. See, I've got the window right in front of me here and I can see all sorts of wildlife going scampering around in the garden. It's quite cool. So yeah, tennis. What is it about? I like the energy behind it. The energy that it takes to do that, and watching two people expend that much energy. Matches can go on for hours, and just seeing who's the greatest sportsman at the end of the day. And the accuracy behind the shots. And I used to have tennis lessons when I was a kid. I used to be quite into it back in the day. Right, okay, so that's the emails. Right, now I've got a question that Stephen over at the Spider's Web put on his Chat Brew and a Big Black Dog. And although he hasn't asked me to answer it here, I'm going to, because, you know, why not? I like doing it. And that was a question of the week. If I remember, I'll put a link in the video description below to that video. And I suggest going over there, watching it, answering the question yourself. Okay, so he says, I've reworded this obviously. What was your favourite cartoon series growing up? Two-part question actually. And then what was your favourite cartoon animal? My favourite cartoon series growing up, it's hard to narrow down. Like when I was young, it was stuff like Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny, Top Cat, do you remember that? And Roadrunner, like you say, and Mighty Mouse, to name but a few. As I was getting a little bit older, I was then into He-Man and Thundercats. And I suppose my favourite animal, cartoon animal, growing up would be the Tasmanian Devil. That's my dear old dog Taz, that's what he was named after. Tasmanian Devil. So there. That's that. Right. Now we're on to the comments left on last week's video. Starting with Idic Beer. And he says, nice one, Pete. Good to see you're on the mend. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. Do you have your eyes on any new kits in the near future? Yes. Yes, I do. And I think it's safe to say Astra Militarum stuff. Maybe a couple of tanks or sentinels. Because I want to do Astra Militarum as an army. I've just started doing it. I've got some Cadians there that I've put together, and I don't know. I don't know what it was when I first got into the hobby of Warhammer 40k. Astra Militarum, or Imperial Guard as it was known then, didn't interest me. I thought they were kind of boring, just humans. I want, you know, genetically modified space marines or monsters or robots or whatever. And but now I'm kind of starting to think about narrative campaigns. I'm thinking the humans have quite a good pot of narrative to get out there, because they can be involved in so many different ways, and the plight of humanity as well. They kind of signify that for me. So yeah, kind of the underdogs. Kind of got that kind of Zulu-esque feeling about it. I don't know, because I love Zulu, the film Zulu, and the story behind it, and the how the British faced off the Zulus in the face of adversity, and I just love all that kind of stuff. And it kind of gives me a similar feeling when they're doing that. So some Astra Militarum for sure. Right, next one up is Ralph Astley. Hey Ralph. Ooh. He says, it says, maybe Mars was part of the EU long ago. When they voted to leave, the lizard men in charge destroyed all trace of their civilization as punishment. and then erased all record of their existence from history. You're probably right. Or joking about it, or joking aside, it could be some political thing. Why they went to war, I don't know. I look forward to lots more discussions with you on this and other wacky subjects, including, is the Great Pyramid at the centre of the Earth? It's part of what makes you special, and we never argue anyway. No, we don't. We just discuss. Yeah, it's great. I love all that stuff. Yeah, as you know, I love all the weird, wacky stuff that's out there. Trouble is, the more you go into it, the less wacky it becomes. I mean, Mars. The Mars pictures and the Mars anomalies. I mean, Mars anomalies. There's a channel called Mars Anomalies that I subscribe to. He's just put a video out recently. If I remember, again, I'll leave another link in the video description. Go and check it out. It's a long one, and a lot of it you'll think, I don't know what he's on about. I can't see what he's seeing there. But just stick with it. Watch it all the way through. See what he does with the photos, with the pictures that NASA are supplying, and see what he brings out of them, and tell me you don't think it's weird afterwards. That's all I ask. But yeah, so yeah, you're probably right about Mars there, Ralph. Moving on to Scregguard. He says, cool banana, I like wolves. Let's see your daughter's artwork. Glad to see you're better, mate. This will involve moving the camera, but I'm going to do it. Right, here we go. I'm standing up and I'm going to move here. I'm going to turn my flip screen around and I'm going to turn the camera around. There it is. One wolf picture. There. It's my wolf picture that my daughter painted for me. Right, just setting this back down here. So you got movement. You realise that's going to give me the that awful message that YouTube puts out now. We detected some instability in your video. Would you like us to fix this? No, I don't. But there you go. Question: what ingredients would you use to make your best burger? Well, for me, it's got to be a Donald Russell meat burger, and I would have the Donald Russell meat. If anybody, at least anybody in the UK, would know what Donald Russell meat suppliers, I'd use theirs because it's just phenomenal. It's fantastic. So I'd obviously have the nice big burger bun, Donald Russell burger, some peppers, green and orange. Wouldn't have the red ones necessarily. And some salad with some mayonnaise, maybe a little bit of burger relish, tiny bit on top. Together, put a steak through it, and I bite into that. Oh yeah! I mean, when we cook our Donald Russell burgers, I mean we fry them up, and then we cover them with foil, let them rest, and they soak up all the juices and everything. And it's just, oh yeah, it's just making me hungry, dude. So yeah, Donald Russell meat, salad, peppers, mayonnaise, maybe some burger rice, but that's just depends how I feel. There you go. Okay, moving on to the Lone Ranger 1984. It says, do you think it's time for a Kexit, where all the forces of chaos band together in the largest ever Black Crusade, leave the warp all at once, and to try and wipe out the entire galaxy? Maybe they're holding their own referendum. I'd say we need to leave the warp. What has the warp ever done for us? Let's get out there and take over everything. Yeah, why not? Absolutely. Should make someone should do a comedy narrative campaign about that. That would be kind of fun. Right, last one. Last, but by no means certainly least. Not least. Last but not least. That's what I'm trying to say in the short term. It's Tattoo for You. It says, "That's awesome, man. I love that poem. I think you're talking about Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Glad you're feeling better, buddy." Yeah, I'm feeling better. Although tired because I've been doing a lot of late nights lately, which isn't good. It catches up with me. Probably tomorrow, this weekend, I'm expecting to go and not be able to do anything, but we'll see. But I am feeling better. Thank you very much. No problem on the Spoon Theory. I've just never heard of it, but you know, since you mentioned it, I looked it up, and it's very interesting stuff. Something that was shown to me and helped me with my issues a bit. Jaws is one of my all-time favourite movies. Hey, cool. I'm hoping to get a bat rep in with my daughter soon, and maybe a proxy Ravner will pop out. Ha! Hey, what's the latest you've stayed up hobbying or playing? And what's something you have to do often and just wish you could skip it? Well, what's the latest I've ever stayed up hobbying or playing? Suppose about maybe 2:30 in the morning. That's not a regular thing, but yeah, I have stayed up quite late before. Sometimes I can gather my thoughts better, and it's the late of night or early hours when everyone's asleep, and I can think better because it's quiet. I can sit here, I can watch the dawn, you know, the glow of the dawn. I just watch it rise up in front of me. It is awesome, really awesome here. I mean, this window is in the perfect place to watch the sunrise. It's good. What's something that you have to do often and just wish you could skip it? There's two things I can think of actually. One is a personal, like, health related thing. That would be having tablets, the medication. I just wish I could skip that because I find it a pain. I just do. And then at the end of every week, my wife kindly sorts out my pill box because there are so many albums, like that one there, that one there, that one there at that time. And I look at it and I'm like, oh, how do you even... I mean, she just does it now, but I look at it and think, how can you even work that out? The other thing, which is more for like just general life, I think I do often, and I've done it today. I wish I could just skip it. Buy electric. Put it on my key. I don't know about America or other places. Here in the UK, we've got these pay-as-you-go meters. We get your electric meter. I got one for the gas as well, but I didn't get gas today. But I would say getting gas and electric. You get a little key or a card. You take it in. You put money on it. You get home. You stick it into the meter, and then it pops up with your balance, and it just starts ticking down as you use it. The more electric you use, the quicker it goes down. Same with the gas. And it seems to be every couple of days having to put electric on. It's just like more and more and more money. It just goes, and I find it a pain. So that's something that I do often, and I wish I didn't have to. And that's it. I think that's been quite a long one this week, P&Q. But there you go. There's no time limit on these. Yeah, so don't forget, pop your questions or comments below, or email me at miniwarzone@gmail.com, or your questions or comments for Mrs. Mini Warzone, pop them below, or email. Either's fine. I'll just put them into a folder. So you got this week and next week, and then that's it. Right, so until the next time then, remember guys, all brushes lead to war, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.